Hello, it's Randy Dack and welcome back for another video. This time we've got another episode of Decent Defeats, and this time we're in the Udes. So we've got 2 defeats in the Udes. Had these replays saved up and I thought let's just get out for another Decent Defeat series. So the first one here we've got on Westfield, and obviously Westfield is a good map for the Udes because it's got fantastic camo rating and it's quite an open map, so you can get some nice positions. So initially I want to push quickly to try and get in a position to spot the enemy team. Unfortunately this light tank is not really aware of his driving, and yeah, so it's a little bit frustrating because that slowed me down just because it's kind of crucial for me to get across quickly basically. And the faster I go, the less chance of me getting damage, and the better chance of catching the enemy out in a bad position. So I want to get there as fast as I can. So I'm crossing across to try and get a thing, and unfortunately I get blind fire there. They must have actually, very unlucky, because must have shot the light tank and just completely missed and hit me because I was undetected. So I got a tiny bit slower than I wanted to, but in time to catch some of the stuff out in the open. But really I just want to get there as quickly as I can, because if I catch these in a bad position I might be able to pick up some assistance damage, and it's important that if I don't want the enemy team to cross to where I am, I want to catch them in the open so they can't cross undetected and have to eat shots from my friendly team to push us. So already we're having a really good start here. Managed to pick up, we're just free farming here. We're undetected, and you can see how good this camo rating is. I think I got the concealment down to like 183. So you can just sit undetected and just just farm these tanks here. Unfortunately, I then get blind fired. Good shot there by the ISU, breaking up the Alpha, and that is not a great start, because that's put me, that unfortunate kind of shot I took at the start and then this blind fire, that's put me on 100 hit points at the very start of the game, which is going to make my life more difficult. But I haven't really got a lot of support with me here, but I want to stay in this position because I don't want enemy teams to be able to push across. I want to keep them, basically any of these tanks sort of stuck here. Really I want to keep them all detected. Spot this enemy tiger and I'm just free farming him. I'm keep pulling back because I'm all conscious that I'm going to get blind fired. So I did move over slightly, but after each shot I'm kind of ducking down just in case a blind fire is going to come through. Obviously I can't afford to take another shot here. And we're already 3 tanks down on this engagement here. There's some tanks across on the left. I think maybe I can get a quick shot in there. Not unfortunately ready enough to get that in. I mean, this tank does have fantastic shell velocity on the APCR rounds. I think on the premium APCR I've got 1,560. So the gun is actually like a laser basically, and when you go into the siege mode you can just hit incredible shots, and that shell velocity really helps, and you don't have to lead the shell much at all. So our team have brought this back to a 10 versus 10. I'm not really detecting anything at the moment, but I know there are still tanks there, so I'm trying to sort of slowly edge forward to see if I can detect them. Being very careful, I don't want to knock any trees down, because then they are going to be able to blind fire us, and just like that I did knock a tree down. So I don't want to stand just behind that tree yet. I mean, it will help give me a bit of increased concealment rating, and this KV5 is now getting caught out in the open, so I should be able to get a shot in there, putting him onto a one shot. Looking for the finish, but I think he's going to get back into cover unfortunately. But we do manage to get 3,000 damage, but our team are starting to lose this. Really, I'm the only one on this right angle, which is kind of keeping us a little bit of map control. If I die here, then we're really going to have no map control whatsoever. So I'm going to try and finish that K5. I managed to get the shot in through the bushes, and thankfully I didn't get spotted for that, which is good. It doesn't, I probably would have died if I would have got detected. But our team, are in kind of a bit of bother here, trying to get some punish in this ISU, which got a shot into us earlier, hoping to try and get a second one in, which would put him onto a one shot. Unfortunately I don't roll quite high enough to finish him off, but we do manage, we are able to put him onto a one shot now, and we should be able to get another shot into this enemy tiger, putting that tiger on the one shot. So there's like 2 tanks over there which are one shots. I just can't really get the opportunity to shoot them. I try and blind fire that IS, but he's obviously moved, and I'm just I've done some good work from this position. I've got 4,500 damage, but our team unfortunately are kind of losing elsewhere. Got another shot on that IS, which puts it onto a one shot as well, bringing this to 5,000 damage and 1 kill. And you know, it's still winnable, this game, but it's, you know, the enemy team are putting cap pressure on us now, and that is kind of awkward. I really need to kill the tanks in front of me, and then if I kill the tanks in front of me, then I can turn around and actually cover our friendly team, but I can't really do that when all these tanks are there. I put the other TD on one shot now, so there's probably like 4 tanks which are now a one shot for us, which if I could take them out quickly, that would be ideal, but I'm just trying to push forward to spot them because our team is dying elsewhere. We're now down to a 3 versus 7. This enemy IS looks like he's going to come around, so I'm going to kind of just get out of here and get to a position to kill that IS so that I can shoot the IS but not take punishment shots from the ISU, which is covering. I think that SU, which is also covering. Should be able to get this shot into the IS before he gets his gun down. We do, picking up our second kill, putting us on to just shy of 6,000 damage. We didn't really pick up much assistance to spotting all those tanks. We've only actually picked up 240 assistance. But yeah, it's starting to turn for the worse. I'm in like the 2 versus 6 now. We do still have an enemy, a friendly light tank, but if he goes down, then it's going to leave me in a terrible position. Hopefully I can try and finish off this SU, which we do. That just leaves the ISU, but now we're in a 1 versus 5. But the enemy team are probably doing the right thing and putting cap pressure on, because it kind of forces my hand. If I didn't have the cap pressure, I could take this a little bit slower. But I'm thinking there's a minute on the clock and I need to try and get the reset. So I want to try and get to a position where I can get the shots in. But an enemy Sturm Tiger is crossing. That's going to be awkward because it's going to stop me. You might detect me. And then this enemy Tiger, this really throws me off. That Tiger I didn't expect to appear there. Now that's a real problem because that Tiger needs to die because everything's just going to be closing in on me now. It's only got 40 seconds in the clock. I do lose the spot and I'm thinking I'm just going to hope maybe I can get across here before the Tiger climbs, which is very, very risky, and it turns out to not be a good idea. I'm going to try and snap the shot in the Tiger, but then I'll get punished by that ISU from earlier. Stops me killing the Tiger, and that's the end of that replay. So, you know, we didn't win it, but we did a good game anyway. We got 3 kills, 6,000 damage. You got only the first class there. You know, if we was able to kill a couple more tanks, maybe we could have, there's probably quite a lot more we could have done in that game, but we did what we did. That's it for replay number 1, and we've got one more replay to come. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2 on Pilsen River. This time we are top tier. There is 1 enemy light tank in the game and 2 enemy fun police. So initially we're going to go and try and get ourselves up in the ridges and in the sort of middle and see what we can spot and just try and utilise the concealment and see if we can get any early damage. One thing I really like about the Udes, the tier 8 one, is the mobility. It's actually a lot more mobile. It doesn't have the armour which you get in the tier 9 and especially the tier 10, but you do get it is the quickest out of the out of those tanks, and it's really, really mobile. So early this Panther's got spotted in the open. We're going to try and get some punishment in there. We get 2 shots in. Unfortunately, just loses our spot before we're able to get a 3rd shot in. But we're looking to see if we can get any shots into this small tier 6 medium tank there. We've got the smallest of shots and we're able to get that in. Like I say, this gun is like a laser, so you can hit those shots pretty comfortably, to be honest with you. And decent start to this game. Picked up 3 pens, got 1,000 damage, so that's a decent start. Thankfully, with the mobility, was able to get here early enough to get that damage in. Looking to try and get shots into the only light tank in the game. We're able to take that out. It's gonna help us out somewhat, but it is a little bit difficult to hit right there. So we're just kind of staying patient. I'm looking sort of on the mini map here just to see where our team are playing. We don't really have much going to sort of the hairy flank on the far right of the mini map, so it might be a case if the teams do start to push that way, I'm going to have to turn around pretty quickly to get my shots in. But this enemy medium tank does get detected. We're able to get 1 in here, and maybe we can try and get the finish, but he does able to get into cover before we can get that shot in. We are able to pick up a shot into the enemy light tank, I believe there, putting us on to about 2,000 damage. So like I said, we are losing, unfortunately. We do pick up a kill there, which helps us out, gets our first kill of the game, taking out that Cromwell. But we are 4 tanks down right now, and I'm looking at the way we're at position of our team, and I'm thinking, I've got a hunch, you know, just the way that person's pinged, that they are going to start to come from that way, and I'm probably going to need to get over there quickly so that I can shoot them in the open while they're crossing to come towards our base. You know, I don't want them to get too close. I want them to be further away to give me every chance of shooting them undetected. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head back, and you know, you can see how quickly this tank moves around the map. You know, getting up to 70 kilometers an hour, it does not take you long at all to get into the positions you need to be in. Now we hopefully can catch this medium out in the open. So we're looking to try and get a shot in there. We do get one in, and he actually gets set on fire as well, which is good. And then I think maybe he gets taken out, or he gets put on a one shot at least. Trying to get a shot into his TD. Unfortunately, that shot bounces there, but he gets punished, gets put on the one shot. We should be able to get the finish in here if we're lucky, and we do pick it up, our second kill of the game. And now we're going to try and finish off this enemy medium who's kind of caught out in the open right now. So we do manage to pick up that kill, putting us on to our third kill of the game, helping us sort of defend the base, and we bring back the score lines as well here, so it's putting us in more even fight. Hopefully we can finish off this enemy heavy tank if we're lucky, to confirm our fourth kill of the game. And like I say, that puts us back on level playing fields here. So you know, we're in a pretty you know, we got back just in the right time, picking up 1,000 assistance, 3,000 damage and 4 kills. Our enemy friendly teammates who started to push towards the enemy base do actually get taken out. So I'm thinking maybe they're going to start pushing that way now. So I'm going to go back over to where I was, see if we can get any shots in. And you know, I'm thinking there's probably some enemy team in the middle of the map as well. So this enemy IS-3 comes in. I thought about just going in and engaging them there, but then I thought, well, what if tanks are kind of in the middle looking to get shots in? I thought it was probably a safer way for me to get the kill shots in. But now I'm kind of wishing that I did just go in and kill the IS-3, because I'm kind of concerned he might just kill our friendly tank destroyer before I'm able to help. So maybe this is a mistake, but we should be able to get in a position to actually get shots into the IS-3 from this ridge here. And yeah, hopefully we can again shoot him undetected. So we're trying to come around. Unfortunately, it does take out our ISU, which, you know, maybe I should have helped, but there was 2 tanks there. Now we should be able to shoot this IS-3, and hopefully we can finish him off before he's able to get out, you know, get shot in undetected. Well, he's a one shot to us now, so we should be able to finish him off, picking up our 5th kill of the game. We do so. Unfortunately, it just does come at the expense of our friendly ISU. So now we're on about 4,000 damage and 4 kills, but it's gone back down to a 3 versus 7. So yeah, not ideal, and there is tanks in our base. Our friendly striker does take out a Centurion in our base. I'm going to go back towards our base now, because we've really got one TD, which is that striker, and then the other tank's an enemy fun police, who unfortunately I think might end up getting taken out where he is. But there's not a lot I can do. I can either try and help him there, or go back to the base and try and defend the base where they're going to be pushing across. I mean, it is a 6 versus 3, but 2 of the enemy team are a fun police, and you've got a platoon of tank destroyers. I think one's an ISU, and one's an Iron Rain. The Iron Rain is a bit of a nightmare, because it's just going to be so difficult for me to spot, and then, you know, if he outspots me and I get caught in the open, I'm just dead to an Iron Rain, because it's just got that, you know, 3-shot autoloader. He can clip me out in a clip, and he can probably do so without me even spotting him. So it is a bit awkward. So I'm down to a 2 versus 7. And I'm thinking, what I'm going to do, our striker's in the corner. I don't want to sit in the same corner as our tank destroyer. I want to try and create a crossfire. So if they push our friendly tank destroyer, the striker in the corner, I can cover him. If they push me, in theory, the striker can cover me. As we pull up, we spot an enemy medium tank, and that's a Craft Panther from earlier, and it's actually a one-shot. So I'm just going to go in while I've got an opportunity, just to kill this Craft Panther, get him out of the game while the opportunity's there. Unfortunately, the fun police is actually looking at us, which is not good. I need to just do this quickly to avoid taking damage. First fun police misses. Second one actually does hit me, but we do take out the kill. We've only lost about 250 hit points. Not the end of the world. You know, it's worth the trade for sure to take out an enemy tank there, putting us into a 5 versus 3. Now this enemy ISU is pushing our striker. I really need the striker just to dig in here if he can, and try and force the ISU to come to him, because if the ISU has to come to him, then I'm going to be able to get cross shots in as he approaches. Unfortunately, the striker does take a big punishment shot there, and I imagine if he's getting detected, he's probably going to have the wrath of the enemy fun police as well, which is just far from ideal. I think the striker's got put on a one shot now. All I can really do is hope the ISU comes out in the open and we're able to get some shots in. An enemy tank has got in the cap now. That's probably it's probably one of the tank destroyers. I'm not spotting him, which means it's probably the Iron Rain, and that's not ideal. We get 2 shots into this ISU, putting him onto a 1 shot maybe to us. But now there's 2 DDs in the camp circle. This is not what I wanted to happen, because I wanted really to be able to spot them and then I could just farm them for free. But now I've got 30 seconds on the clock and I've got to try and spot these tanks. And the problem is, it's just the worst tank for me, because they can outspot me. Because when I'm moving, I'm losing concealment value. But if they're staying still, they're not going to lose that concealment value, and they're probably going to outspot me. But I don't actually have a choice, because I've got to get the reset or I lose the game anyway. So we're trying to hope to avoid taking the shot, but we unfortunately do take one off the ISU. That's bad, because now it means I just can't get the reset now. They're just going to kill me when I poke out. There's nothing I can do, and we lose the cap, which is a real shame. I don't really know what I could have done different there, because I just couldn't outspot them. So yeah, not much I could have done. I mean, we had for a decent game, but if we could have just caught them in the open, then maybe we could have gone on and won that game. But we managed to get 5,000 damage, 1,000 assists and 6 kills, and that brings us then to the video. So thank you so much for your support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!